Did you see clips of David Byrne singing karaoke?
No. Yeah, I did. It was great.
Singing Prince.
Oh.
He's very so David, cool. In the very David Byrne style.
Oh.
Well, he sings everything in a weird harmony.
Yeah. Yeah, he's into that. Those.
He's so cool.
Yeah, he was great. I forgot what he was singing. Oh, he was singing like Doves Cry, but it was like
his way.
Din, 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 din. It's like when doves cry. He did some weird David Byrne thing.
Like
weird guy.
You know, he's just got his incredible understanding of music.
He does.
Yeah. Now, when Robin Gecht was questioned, he was always friendly, but he remained adamant that he was the real victim here.
We got to just think about this, all right? Look at the description. Mustache, greasy, disgusting.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe they criticized my greasy hair. This is genetic. I shower every single day.
After being shown pictures of known victims, Robin dismissed them. And even after Robin was shown that Eddie was actively cooperating with police, he didn't even flinch. Didn't fucking faze him a single second.
Wow.
Instead, he would well up during descriptions of murders. He'd give him puppy dog eyes and say that he'd never hurt anyone in his life.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And interestingly, once Eddie heard that Robin was denying everything, Eddie took his lead and changed the story, saying like, yeah, Robin never hurt anyone ever. No,
they're all playing games now.
Yeah. Instead, Eddie was now saying that the real killer was his ex-girlfriend's brother, his co-worker, Andy Kokoraleis.
Me?
No.
Not me.
Andy, not Tommy.
I mean, I think that they're pretty similar. In my mind.
You're the Kokoraleis family.
Yeah.
Technically, Andy was the smart one.
Yeah, that's not.
No, I mean, you know.
It's like, which one? I mean, Marcus is the handsome one.
I guess
right of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the heartthrob.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, you're the strength, you're the moral strength.
I don't know.
And I'm the fucking
What are you?
the brains.
The brains of the operation.
Yeah, if we're fucking depending on this smile for our dollars.
Some people like it.
I think it's more about the content. I do. I think people overlook us.
Now, while Andy was being looked into, Robin was ill-advisedly let out on bond after a middle-aged woman that he was having a sexual relationship with took out a mortgage on her house to bail him out.
I can't believe that they did that. Yeah.
And almost immediately, he went out and picked up a woman.
Yeah.
This woman named Cynthia Smith immediately went out and picked her up. She recognized Robin too late as the guy who'd slashed a friend of hers. She went to go and try to open the door. Robin had removed the passenger side door handle. Gosh. And now it's insane to think that nobody in the police department was put on Robin's trail.
No,
nobody
they just
was like,
let him
hey,
go.
Look out for that guy. You know, just go follow that guy.
It literally should have been a detective like me in a dress, whistling, and be like, come on, boys.
I don't understand how he was allowed to get bail at all. Like, I don't understand how that was even possible. I guess she mortgaged her house, so it must have been $100,000.
Wow.
It must have, she mortgaged her house. Yeah, it must have been fucking insane what his bail was. But Cynthia Smith got lucky. When Robin picked up his homemade glass hatchet and tried stabbing her in the face with it, she clawed her way past Robin and made it out the driver's side door. Robin sped off. Soon after, Andy Kokoraleis was brought in for questioning. He also confessed before the day was out, going into detail about how the crew had kidnapped women and stabbed them with everything from knives and razors to tin cans and can openers.
Jeez.
Before it was all over, after the hours of talking about fucking amputated breast and wound sex and all this horrible shit.
No shit, dude.
Andy Kokoraleis had confessed to 18 murders.
Wow.
Including those of Rose Davis and Lorraine Borowski.
So
but you know, and then he also
doubled it.
Yeah, and when he also, it was weird, is going through it, and then he would hit him with some like weird facts about how, like, do you know that the original name of the character was supposed to be Glenn Borland?
Wow, Glenn Borland. That's crazy, man.
It's a home improvement.
It's a home improvement fact. Well, that show's not even out yet.
No,
it's really not. He knew a lot.
He did.
Wow, he really did. Saw it to the future. Like when Tim Allen was still a cokehead.
Whoa.
If you throw
where was he during all of this?
He was actually
cocaine.
selling cocaine.
Cool.
Doing cocaine as well, right?
Yeah.
He better be.
He's a mule.
No, up till this point, from what I can tell, nobody had mentioned Tommy Kokoraleis in their confessions.
Yeah.
But when detectives investigated Robin's whereabouts during the murders that Eddie and Andy confessed to, they found that the crew partied at the Rip Van Winkle Motel. This was where they'd committed their first known murder. And when they partied there, outside of the murder, of course, which they did often, there was usually a fourth guy who also rented a room with Eddie, Robin, and Andy.
Gotcha.
That was Tommy.
Yeah.
Before that, Tommy Kokoraleis is not on their radar at all.
No.
Wow.
And once cops started speaking to the manager at the Rip Van Winkle, the manager said that he suspected that these 4 men were quote-unquote cultists.
Yeah.
So, when cops caught up to Tommy, their line of questioning focused on satanic ritual behavior.
Yeah.
That's where they began. Therefore, once the cops talked to poor dumb Tommy long enough, he began admitting to satanic ritual behavior to make the cops smile.
And also, they lie to you. They lie.
Yeah.
They'll say stuff like, like, we'll get you out of here. Like, this is our time to help you.
Help you.
That's the whole thing. Being like, this is the time for you to tell us this story. And so they start to tell. And so you sort of, they'll lie to a dumb person and say, like, all you got to do is tell us everything.
And we'll let you out of here.
We'll let you out of here. And then they're like, okay, well, now you're a satanic murderer. So you're not going anywhere.
Takes 2 to tango. I think these people want to get it off their chest, too.
I mean, Tommy.
I know Eddie Spretzer definitely did.
Yes, and then Tommy saw shit, and then and helped. I think he saw shit and helped, and then decided to just also felt super guilty and wanted to get out of it.
Well, the only murder that Andy confessed to was the one that involved the Rip Van Winkle, the murder of Lorraine Borowski. The cop showed him a picture of Lorraine, and Tommy said that he and his brother Andy had taken her for a quote-unquote one-way ride out to the Rip.
Yeah, he was a fucking shithead. And then later on, he'd go to recant everything too because he's another one of these, which makes him extremely dangerous in my mind. Is the fact that now that he's released, I gotta wait.
Now, incredibly, Robin Gecht was not charged with any murders. While he was implicated by the 3 other members of the Ripper crew in multiple slayings, there was no physical evidence tying him to those murders because he'd covered his tracks very well. Remember, he washed out the entire van after every single murder.
He said Casey's main issue was that he buried the bodies underneath his home, and he said the only way to make sure you get away with the crime is to not have any body.
Yeah.
They have no evidence.
Yeah, well, Casey had a lot of evidence that
He did.
Yeah, 26 pieces of evidence.
And that's the other thing is that Robin Gecht kept his mouth shut from start to finish. However, there was the grievous assaults against Beverly Washington and Angel York, and by the end of it, Robin Gecht was sentenced to 150 years in prison for once you put all his crimes together.
Yes.
Robin Gecht is still alive.
Really?
He still maintains that he's innocent of all the Chicago Ripper murders.
He's awful. It's just the worst trait of any serial killer.
Yeah. Technically, he's up for parole in the year 2042. He'll be 89.
No, he's not going to fucking
well, 89, he might make it.
I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
He's not even that old right now.
No, not really. And in a further injustice, he's also the only member of the Ripper crew who wasn't charged with and therefore was never found guilty of murder.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But he was like the ringleader.
But because they
there was
didn't
no
have
evidence.
that direct evidence. They didn't have the
What about all the
direct
other people being like, yeah, I was doing it with Robin Gecht. It's his fucking car.
But again, you're looking at the 3 of them, then as soon as anybody meets any one of the rest of them, you're all like, oh, you're terminally stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not only that, but you look at what you got him on already. You got him on 150 years. He's not getting out.
Yeah, we got him.
And you look at it, it's like, is it worth a trial? Like, is it worth because
Fucking this up?
all they have is just the confessions of these other 3 guys.
Right.
That's all they got. So it's like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, we
know?
got him.
Yeah. In 1984, Eddie Spretzer pled guilty to the murders of Rose Davis, Shoy Mack, Sandra Delaware, and Rafael Toredo. Eddie was sentenced to death in 1986, but his sentence was commuted to life in prison in 2003. He's also still alive.
Wow.
Andy Kokoraleis, however, was not so lucky.
Good.
He took his case to trial for the murders of Rose Davis and Lorraine Borowski and was therefore also sentenced to death. But while Eddie Spretzer managed to play the appeal game long enough to stay alive, Andy did not.
Yeah.
Was he just like, get on with it, expedite it?
No, he's a moron. He's literally just was truly very stupid.
He was the last person to ever be executed in the state of Illinois. He was killed by lethal injection on March 19th, 1999. He became a political football between anti-death penalty and pro-death penalty proponents.
They should just give him some Tylenol.
They did.